Noah's Ark. God keeps his promises a long, long time ago, when the world was still young. People had forgotten how to be kind. They argued, they fought, and they didn't listen to God anymore. But among them lived a man named Noah, a good and gentle man who loved God with all his heart. Every morning, Noah would greet the sunrise with a smile and say, "Thank you, Lord, for another day." God saw Noah's goodness, and one day he spoke to him with a voice full of love and warning. "Noah," God said, "the world has become filled with too much wickedness. I will send a great flood, but I want to save you and your family because you walk with me. Build an ark, a huge boat. I will show you how." Noah listened carefully. He didn't argue. He didn't complain. Even though he didn't understand everything, he trusted God completely. So Noah rolled up his sleeves and began to build the ark, following God's instructions exactly. Bang, 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 went with his hammer from morning until night. The people around him laughed and pointed. "Why build a boat on dry land? Where's the water, Noah? You must be crazy." But Noah simply smiled and kept working. "God told me to," he said. God always keeps his promises. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and finally, after years of hard work, Noah's Ark stood tall and strong. Then something amazing happened. Animals began to appear. 2 by 2 they came, lions with golden manes, elephants flapping their ears, rabbits hopping, parrots squawking, tall giraffes bending their necks to enter the ark. Big animals, tiny animals, animals with stripes, animals with spots, all guided by God. Noah's neighbors stared wide-eyed. Maybe Noah wasn't so crazy after all. After every creature entered the ark, Noah and his family stepped inside. Then, with a mighty rumble, God himself closed the door. And suddenly, the sky turned dark. At first, just one drop fell. Then, another. Then, whoosh! The heavens opened, and rain poured like waterfalls from the sky. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain hammered the earth. Rivers overflowed. Mountains disappeared beneath the rising water. But inside the ark, Noah and his family were safe. God was with them. The animals rested. Some slept peacefully. Some snored loudly. Some squawked or mooed or chirped through the night. But Noah stayed calm. He whispered, "God keeps his promises. We will be all right." Finally, one morning, the rain stopped. The world became quiet. Quiet. You could hear the flap of a bird's wing. Still, the earth was covered in water, as far as the eye could see. Noah opened a small window and sent out a raven, but it found nowhere to land. Then he sent out a dove. The dove flew and returned with nothing. 7 days later, Noah sent the dove again. This time, it came back with something in its beak, an olive leaf. Noah gasped in joy. Land is coming back. God is restoring the earth. Another week passed, and Noah sent the dove once more. This time it didn't return at all. It had found a home. Finally, God spoke again. "Noah, you and your family may leave the ark. The world begins anew." Noah stepped onto the dry earth and breathed deeply. The sun shone. The sky glowed blue. The animals ran free and stretched their legs. Then Noah built an altar and thanked God for protecting them. And God made a promise still true today. Never again will a flood destroy the whole earth. And in the sky, God placed a beautiful sign of his promise, a bright, glowing rainbow stretching from one end of heaven to the other. Noah and his family looked up in awe. God always keeps his promises, Noah said. And from that day on, whenever people see a rainbow, They remember the promise of a faithful God who watches us, protects, and never forgets his children.